I think uncertainty in that sense is also an experience of it comes with a certain fear. If it's a danger to one's life, that's very recognizable. But once it comes with dealing with something that, in terms of familiarity, what you're not familiar with, even if it's an artwork, I think there's an interesting scale of feeling that, am I gonna die? is this thing dangerous to me? So maybe they share a border. No.
Wait until Montpellier.
No.
Then you can do whatever you want.
Bazm is a word that describes an event, let's say, that can involve poetry, music, dance, like a form of celebration. If we set up a sort of a gathering and we expect some outcome, when it goes away from what we expected it to go, it becomes a Bazm. When you are in a situation and you feel a big sense of thrill, or a big sense of excitement, or a big sense of ambiguity, or sometimes maybe feeling unsafe, or it can play on those borders of those kind of affect. An occasion is something we go to and we kind of understand what it is about, and then we kind of fulfill the purpose there. And it's something that evolves out of a gathering, so it doesn't have this initial purpose, this initial motive that we pursue and fulfill. So Bazm in that sense refers to more an event-like outcome of a gathering. For me, that's maybe aligned with what I expect of dance as an experience, that I am somehow baffled or bewildered, or somehow I go through a sense of thrill but not knowing exactly where it leads me. Am I sad? Am I happy? It's not really fulfilling those kind of trajectories, but it's really bringing me into a state where I'm sensitive toward all possible affects, and it's quite overwhelming. Repertoire is, for me, that's why I have it in parentheses. It's a frame we provide to the audience. So like names of the shows, it's some way, a first entry you have to come to know it, or performance. And for me, it opens a question or another box in relation to the idea of the Bazm. What I find also interesting with this coupling is that Bazm it's an ambiguous word you won't know the meaning of, but repertoire you would know. So there is a sense of familiarity, and I like that I've placed them next to each other, because you almost would assume this is the translation of the other one. So repertoire there for me points to the question of a dance that either existed or didn't exist, something we come to know. For me, repertoire as the idea, or as the notion that points to a kind of a collection, a kind of an existing archive of expressions in dance or music. A year and a half that goes on. I normally take a long time for every creation, for it to have the chance to reformulate its existence, let's say. Because at the beginning, maybe the reason for its becoming is a sense of urgency or a sense of necessity that comes from what is it that it's here. Maybe sometimes shows up as a form of obsession. You're like, oh my God, what is this? And then you feel as if there needs to be a context for this to get a shape, to get a face. And then, well, it needs a setup. It needs a setting. If there is something that needs to show itself, and for that, of course, everything that we said is somehow these grips that you try to construct so that it can keep you going. Name of a piece, the context within which it will happen, the concept, the cast, the team. All these things are really things that will, okay, is this the right combination of energies, competences, skills, visions, desires, commitments that could bring us to the point where we can allow this thing to emerge. It doesn't really have like a clear shape. I don't have phrases to give to anyone, but I just have this very vague desire. So I try to go very, 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 very tiny steps. It's almost as if you have this little thread that you just like, okay, where would you lead me? And you keep at it, and then it kind of materializes. And when I look back now, I see that all things like get materialized in a very interesting way that I don't even have a grasp of how it came about. And the same thing with everything, with the team. We work with different people first to understand, okay, what do we need in terms of the constellation, and we learn, and then we regroup, we repurpose, and then go until we come to a point where we have the chance to share the work with the audience.